Celestia Astrology. I'm Sonia. Thank you for joining me for this look at the new moon in Virgo on September the 3rd, serving up aspirations or meticulous intentions. On September the 3rd, 2024, at 2:55 British Summer Time or 1:55 AM Universal Time, the new moon will occur at 11 degrees in the sign of Virgo. This lunation brings with it opportunities for new beginnings, fresh starts, and a chance to set intentions with precision and care. In astrology, new moons signify the beginning of a new lunar cycle. The moon and the sun meet in the same sign during this phase, symbolising a merging of conscious and unconscious energies. At this time there is no light from the moon, making it unable to reflect the sun's rays. This darkness represents a blank slate, a moment when we can plant seeds of intention deep in the darkness, the safety of the symbolic womb of the dark earth, that with tending we plan and hope to grow and develop over the coming weeks and months. New moons are traditionally seen as times to initiate projects, start new habits, or set goals. I believe it is a time to stop, pause and review, and reflect in the darkness of the sky to plan the seeds that you wish to plant. I prefer to wait until we see the first slithers of light of the waxing moon, that means growing in light, to carry my intentions and plans forward. Themes and energies associated with the sign in which the new moon occurs for you in your individual chart will colour these new beginnings, providing a framework for our intentions. If you know your chart, find the Virgo glyph and identify the house themes that Virgo occupies for you. If you need help with this, consult an astrologer or comment, or you can find my YouTube video on identifying house themes and pulling up your own natal chart. This new moon occurs in Virgo, which is a mutable earth sign ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect and adaptability. Virgo's energy is grounded, practical and detail-oriented, focusing on efficiency, precision and the pursuit of excellence. However, Virgo also carries an underlying tension, as it often strives for an unattainable perfection. This paradox of seeking perfection in an imperfect world can create a constant drive to improve, refine and correct. Virgo arrives at the transitional season of weather, just before the weather and the quality of light changes when the sun moves into cardinal Libra. Virgo is the time of harvest. There are decisions to be made and assessments of quality. Although we are no longer a predominantly agricultural society, it is still wise to use this time to reflect on the light half of the year we have travelled through before we face the shorter, darker days of the second half of the astrological year. A metaphorical harvest that we preserve now, the seeds we save from it to replant, will need to serve and see us through another winter season and support the new growth next spring. The mutable quality of Virgo adds an element of flexibility and adaptability, allowing us to adjust our plans and intentions as we move forward. This energy encourages us to be meticulous in our efforts, paying attention to the finer details with the potential to remain open to change and growth. Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, is known for its versatility and ability to traverse different realms, both physical and intellectual and esoterical. In mythology, Mercury, or Hermes, was a messenger who could travel between the world of the gods, the mortal realm, and the underworld, embodying the power of communication and movement between different states of being. He was known as the messenger god for this reason. Mercury is the planet that travels closest to the Earth, after our moon, which orbits the Earth rather than the sun. Mercury also retrogrades most frequently, but usually only for 21 days, the shortest retrograde period. This means he meets more regularly with the sun in Cazimi, a powerful moment of death and rebirth. As the ruler of this new moon, Mercury sets the agenda. Mercury is currently in Leo, where there is no line of sight to Virgo, making communication challenging. It is now direct, having finished retrograding, emerging from its shadow period and gaining in strength. This suggests that while the new moon in Virgo may highlight areas where we need to refine our thinking or communication, the momentum for progress is steadily building as the moon waxes fuller. Astrologically, The moon's cycles can be tracked in several ways. The most immediate is the moon's lunar cycle, which spans approximately 28 days from new moon to new moon. However, there is also a 6-month cycle between a new moon and the subsequent full moon in the same sign, where the seeds planted during the new moon come to a fuller fruition. Beyond these, there is a more extended cycle, known as the moon family, as illustrated by astrologer Dietrich Pessin in Lunar Shadows 3. This approximately 28-month cycle unfolds as the moon and sun progress through a series of phases at the same degree, forming a narrative that begins with the new moon and continues through the quarter moons and full moon. For this new moon in Virgo, the moon family begins a new chapter. The key dates for this cycle are the new moon, this new moon, on September the 3rd at 11 degrees of Virgo, followed by the first quarter moon, which will be on June the 3rd, 2025 at 12 Virgo. The full moon will be on March the 3rd, 2026 at 12 Virgo, and a closing quarter moon on December the 1st, 2026 at 9 Virgo. These phases will mark significant developments in the intentions and themes that arise from this new moon, offering opportunities for review, adjustment and completion, and a longer-term plan. This will most likely affect you if you have planets within 3 degrees of this new moon. This new moon occurs in the second decan of Virgo, a segment of the sign ruled by Venus and Saturn in the Chaldean and Triplicity systems. The symbolism of this decan deepens our understanding of Virgo's attention to detail. Astrologer Kira Ryberg calls this decan perfectionism, while Austin Coppock refers to it as hammer and anvil. In the Huawei Oracle deck by Astro Artist on Substack and Nick Alanar on Twitter and Instagram, it is termed quality control, with the keywords perfection of form, eye for detail, and hard-won prosperity to guide us. In the card, we are given the image of a spider meticulously weaving its web, capturing the essence of this decan. The spider's dedication to its craft ensures a masterpiece, though its painstaking efforts are often invisible to the outside world. This imagery reminds us that achieving excellence often requires enduring hardship, maintaining discipline, and some sacrifice. As we approach this new moon, and in the days after, we might consider asking, where in our lives is the pursuit of perfection helpful? And also, where might it be damaging? How can we balance the desire for quality with the acceptance of imperfection? In Dreaming the Decans, T. Susan Chang writes on this decan, where skill and rigour intersect, jewels free from all defect, I am the loving architect of details only I detect. This may appear a life of ease, but all it is expertise. The tarot card associated with Virgo's second decan is the 9 of Pentacles. This card symbolises self-sufficiency, refinement, and the fruits of hard work, as we see a woman tending to the pentacles that have grown, presumably in her garden, as she enjoys a visit from a bird on her hand. It represents a moment of achievement, where we can enjoy the rewards of our efforts. It also reminds us of the discipline and perseverance required to reach this point. Also, how our efforts can benefit and sustain others, as her harvest also provides sustenance for the bird, who I like to think is thanking it. The 9 of Pentacles encourages us to set intentions that not only aim for excellence, but allow us to enjoy the process and the outcomes of our work. As the moon moves forward from its conjunction with the sun, it will oppose Saturn in Pisces. This aspect may bring challenges or a sense of restriction, urging us to confront our limitations or responsibilities. Saturn's influence could temper the enthusiasm of the new moon, requiring us to be realistic and disciplined in our approach, reminding us of the sacrifice required when we choose to aspire to seek perfection. Mars in Gemini will be in a square to Neptune in Pisces, an aspect that becomes exact later in the same day. This square could cause confusion or a sense of disillusionment, as the assertive, fiery energy of Mars creates tension with Neptune's nebulous and idealistic nature. It's important to stay grounded and clear in our intentions during this time, careful of our words which may wound, as illusions or unrealistic expectations may arise. The new moon forms a whole sign square with both Mars and Jupiter in Gemini, combining this tension with Jupiter's wish to create order, expand, for better or worse, and find the wisdom in the sea of words. The new moon is also averse to its ruler Mercury, which is still moving slowly in its shadow period in Leo. While Mercury is gaining strength, its position suggests that clear communication or forward momentum may still be in the process of emerging. However, with Mercury soon to enter Virgo on September the 9th, both Mercury and Venus will then be in their domiciles, with Mercury also in its exaltation. This shift will empower Mercury's influence, enhancing our ability to see through the intentions we intend to initiate during this new moon. This new moon will be most strongly felt by those with planets or angles in mutable signs, that is Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces and Gemini, especially if these placements are near 11 degrees of those signs, that is within 3 degrees. Those with strong or angular Mercury placements will also resonate with this lunation's themes. However, everyone will experience this new moon in the area of the chart that Virgo occupies, offering an opportunity for new beginnings and refined focus in that life area. The new moon in Virgo on September the 3rd invites us to embrace the energy of meticulous intention setting. This is a time to bring our focus to the details, to strive for excellence, and to be mindful of the balance between perfection and imperfection. As we set these intentions, let us remember the wisdom of the spider, weaving a web of wonder through dedication, discipline, and a commitment to quality. By aligning our efforts with the practical, grounded energy of Virgo, we can create lasting and meaningful results in the months and years to come. Travel well, my friends, and thank you for joining me. As always, I would be so grateful for your likes, subscribes, and comments if you have any questions. Thank you very much for those who have joined me recently. I'm very grateful to see you joining the channel, and I hope you're enjoying the content, and I would be grateful for any feedback as well if there's more that you would like to see or anything you'd like to see less of. I know many creators do ask for these likes and subscribes, but algorithms get tough, and in order to find the audience that enjoys the type of content that I'm offering, I really do need your support. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, it honours the energy exchange, and is the best way that you can support me to continue to provide free content. Thank you so much.